Hello friends! I think you will agree with me that a dog is considered to be a man's best friend. However, there are many other animals ready to help both people and other inhabitants of the animal world. And in today's video, I will tell you about several heroic deeds of various animals that got caught on camera. Let's get started. Many people think that peaceful coexistence of a dog and a parrot on the same territory is simply impossible. But the animals featured in this video are ready to refute this myth and set an example of a friendship between a predator and a bird. This parrot decided to feed his friend. When he found a pot of noodles in the kitchen, he didn't hesitate to feed his hungry four-legged buddy. He doesn't seem to be the least bit worried about putting the noodles directly into the dog's mouth, and the dog sits quietly, waiting for the next share of food. This is the kind of friend that definitely won't leave you in trouble. And this inexperienced bear cub decided to climb to the very top of the tree, but then it couldn't get back down. The mother bear showed ingenuity and used her strength to bend the unfortunate tree. Finally, the baby bear is back on the ground. And here, the monkey had to save its baby. The infant fell into the water and couldn't get back out. It seemed that the little thing was about to drown, but fortunately, the mother monkey was nearby and managed to get the little one out of the water. The infant got off with only a scare. And in this video, the monkey had to save a small bird that accidentally found itself in the water and couldn't get out on land on its own. The monkey was sitting on the shore, saw it, and pulled it out of the water. This fish somehow jumped out of the water tank. The dog saw it and realized that the fish could suffocate, so it put the fish back into the water. Another dog that came to the rescue, only the fish that needed help were smaller this time. It's amazing how smart dogs can be. This dog sprinkled water on the fish as best it could, thus not letting them suffocate. And this incident happened in the reserve. The reserve worker found himself in the water and almost began to drown, but an elephant that was drinking water on the shore came to his aid. It helped the man get to the shore. Dogs aren't only friends of humans, but of other animals as well. In this video, a dog rescued a deer. The dog was with its owner on the lakeshore when suddenly it saw the drowning deer and immediately rushed to save it. And this pig decided to help the cloven-hooved animal. The goat was drowning in a small pond and couldn't get to land on its own, but fortunately, the pig came to its aid. And this girl decided to test her pet and pretended to be drowning. The dog did not hesitate to jump into the water to help its owner. The boat got accidentally carried away by the current with two four-legged passengers on board at the time. The dog that was standing on the shore saw that its relatives were in trouble and rushed to get the boat out of the water. A large herd of elephants were quenching their thirst at their watering place when one elephant accidentally fell into the water. It couldn't get back to the shore. Fortunately, its older relatives helped him. Here the visitors of the zoo got to witness the rescue. The bear cub was playing by the water and at some point fell into it. But the mother bear didn't let her child suffer and pulled it out. The events of this video also took place at the zoo. A large brown bear pulled a crow out of the water. Because its feathers were wet, the bird would have never been able to get out of the water on its own. A security camera in one store recorded the following moment. The cashier briefly stepped away from the counter and went outside. A few seconds later, he ran back inside, but he wasn't alone. The robber was pointing a gun at him, but his shepherd dog stood up to protect its owner and managed to drive the intruder away. This crocodile attacked an unwary zebra. It almost managed to pull it into the water, but several hippos that were resting in the water nearby didn't let the crocodile feast on the cloven-hooved animal. But the zebra's problems didn't end there. Due to shock, it couldn't stay on the water surface and even began to drown, but then the hippos came to its aid again. You have to agree that it would be very strange if a predator was to take its potential prey under protection. This is exactly what happened in one of the African reserves. For some reason, the lion decided to protect the little calf from predators and even other lions. So many unexpected things can happen in the wild. Surprisingly, the previous story is not an isolated case. Animal rights activists watched as the jaguar decided to protect a fawn for no apparent reason. The fawn was scared and even tried to run, but the jaguar wouldn't let it go because it was worried that the little guy might run into other predators. And here, the mother koala is helping her child get down to the ground. Males of all species need to be ready to defend their family in the wild, because the enemy may appear at any moment. This goose assumed that there was a predator nearby and was ready to defend its family. The bird spread its wings and protected the weaker members of the family. The fox didn't end up attacking them and eventually fled. The hens didn't allow one weaker bird to come near the bowl of food. But the dog thought it was unfair and decided to help the chicken. Amazing, isn't it? It's a rather unusual thing to see, but this cat is actually protecting the rat from the dog. All cats love eating fish, but this cat, on the contrary, doesn't let another cat near the fish tank. Apparently, it liked watching the fish and it didn't want someone to eat them. The king cobra can be called one of the most dangerous snakes on the planet. And you have to admit that it's rather strange to see several such snakes next to a baby. This happened in a village in India. The parents briefly left the child in the yard, where he was about to get attacked by a stray dog. But the cobras surrounded the baby, scaring the dog away. What's interesting is that the cobras stayed near the child for a long time after that, continuing to protect him. Friends, that's all for today. Let us know in the comments which of these rescues you like the most. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.